people that they loved one day docked away. Just because we check the guns at the door doesn't mean our brains will change from hand grenades. You love another psychopath sitting next to you. You love another murderer sitting next to you. You think that I get it sitting next to you. But after all I said, please don't forget. All my friends are here, take it slow. Wait for them to ask you who you know. Please don't make any sudden moves. You don't know the half of the abuse.
Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Got another movie review for you today. A highly anticipated movie. I am joined by my good buddies, the Cinematic Sterling and the Right Dude. How's everyone doing tonight?
Doing good.
Awesome.
I have steak. Kind of ironic we're talking about a movie about chickens.
Meat.
I had empanadas earlier today.
Everything is meat. But before we get into it, I do want to say that since this movie's been out for like a week now or so we're going to get right into it with spoilers. But before we do, I want us to go over like not just our thoughts on the original Chicken Run, but just Aardman in general. The ones we like most, some ones we may not even be as big a fan of. The first Chicken Run, I love it a lot. It is one of their best movies. It has a lot of heart, emotion. The voice acting is great. And one of the best villains with the Tweedies. So, yeah. And some of my other favorite Aardmans, just anything Wallace and Gromit in general. I love the shit out of those. And Arthur Christmas is a delight. And this one's pretty underrated, but fuck it, I'm gonna defend it. Early Man is awesome. I love that one. So, and as far as ones I don't know if I really dislike. Oh, and Flushed Away. I almost forgot about that. Flushed Away is fucking great. That is like, I don't know, that's top 3 for me. Then Arthur Christmas at 4. Then Early Man at number 5. That'd be like my top 5 Aardman. And kind of like what I was just about to say, I don't think there's really anything Aardman that I dislike. Or at least with what I've seen, because I haven't seen everything Aardman yet, so... Devin?
I haven't seen everything Aardman either, but in terms of one I've seen, I am a huge fan of the first Chicken Run. That is like legit one of my favorite movies. Love the story, love the humor, I love the characters. Wallace and Gromit, Curse of the Were-Rabbit, very good. Flushed Away is very good. I enjoyed Pirates Band of Misfits. I fucking love Arthur Christmas. That is one of my favorite Christmas movies. But I haven't seen Early Man. I haven't seen Shaun the Sheep. But
that's what I was probably thinking of with Aardman stuff that I haven't seen. I haven't seen Shaun of the Sheep yet.
But those are the ones I've seen. But from what I've seen from them, they've always impressed me. I am part Scottish, so I like British humor.
Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. Or no shit, what was the line in Chicken Run?
Just a land called Land of the Free, the Home of the Brave. Scotland. No, America.
All right, right, dude.
Okay, so when it comes to Aardman, of course the first Chicken Run is awesome. Although keep in mind, I'm a lot older than these two. I don't have a whole lot of nostalgia for the original. Don't get me wrong. Before you Phantoms on me, I do like the original. Okay, I like the original.
My finger is on the button.
I was gonna say, you do know that the first time I saw it, I was like 11 or 12, right?
I'm screwing with you.
I know. But anyway, I like the first Chicken Run. I would honestly say my favorite Aardman movie would probably be Curse the Were-Rabbit. I love that movie. Flushed Away was awesome. Arthur Christmas was awesome. I do agree with you, though. Early Man, underrated. Underrated. Yeah, Early Man is one of the most underrated. In terms of one that there's no, to me, I haven't seen like every single Aardman movie. I haven't seen the Pirates Band of Misfits. But if I had to point my least favorite Aardman movie, I think one of them might be Shaun the Sheep. It's okay. It's okay. But I would say it wasn't as strong as some of the other Aardman movies. So, but yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah. All right. So before we get into our reviews of Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget, I do want to say right now, spoiler warning right off the bat. We're gonna get right into it because again, this movie's been out for like a week or so, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it. So I still don't want to say if you haven't seen it yet, but you do want to, click away right now because we're gonna be talking everything. And you're probably thinking this is probably a random review from me, but the reason is if you watch the channel that we all do with the cool kids, this review was in consideration, but the month of December was just packed. And I know that Devin and everyone was really excited to see it. So you know what? Fuck it. I'm excited for it too. So I'll do reviews so we can all talk about it still. So here we are. So Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget. Considering the shoes they have to fill with the first film, one of the greatest animated films ever made, I liked it. Not as much as the first one, but I liked it. The positives, the animation is still good as always. The characters and the wit and the humor is all still there. Maybe not as much as the first film, like not as many jokes were landing, but it was still more good than bad. And when Mrs. Tweedy came back, this is why I actually kind of hate that the trailer revealed this, because could you imagine if they didn't even hint at the fact that Mrs. Tweedy was even going to come back at all? Imagine the holy shit reaction that we all probably would have had watching the movie. So, but even then, she's still as intimidating as always. Her little, I don't really know if it was like her husband or henchman dude. He was creepy and, he was a cool villain. The central idea of bringing all these chickens in, mind warping them to make them into nuggets, that's a pretty unsettling premise, just as unsettling as the chicken pies. So all that is well and good. If there's anything I mixed on, the main mixed bag, and I'm wondering what you guys think of this, is while I am aware that the same voice actress did come back to voice Mrs. Tweedy again, and a couple of the other voice actresses came back to voice the characters, like I think the same actress came back to voice Babs and so I know that a few of the actors came back, but for the most part, the other characters were recast. So the main thing I mixed on is the new voices for the characters. Devin.
I might have to do a little more research on this, but the voice of the same voice actress for Babs came back. I think Bunty came back. I think, yeah, the Lynn Ferguson who played Max, she came back, and I believe,
and Miranda Richardson did come back to voice Mrs. Tweedy.
Yep, I thought the voice actor for Fowler came back, but he did not.
Yeah, so that's the main mixed bag I have with this movie is the new voices that they brought in, the recasts. None of them are bad or awful. It's just I didn't really find myself getting used to the voices, if that makes sense. So that's pretty much the main mixed bag that I have. As far as negatives, I don't know. Like, I guess this would be, I guess, more of a mixed bag than anything, but it was kind of getting on my nerves a few times. Was Rocky. Um, I thought that the voice actor was doing a good job. Like Zachary Levi was surprisingly a good replacement, but he was kind of a twit in this. And I hate to say that because he might be my favorite character in the original film. Like, but so, and if you really think about it, the whole inciting incident with their daughter leaving might sort of be his fault. I mean, I know she already had this adventurous spirit to her that she was already wanting to see more things and all that, but you could kind of argue that it was kind of Rocky that really pushed her to actually leave. So he was kind of an idiot in this. Other than that, I mostly walked out happy with Chicken Run Dawn of the Nugget. As I said, good voice acting and the animation was great. The villain was still as good as always, so I wouldn't mind even seeing another one if they wanted to make another one. I know these freaking claymation movies take a long fucking time to make, but I would say overall this was worth the wait, despite some issues. So I'm going 7.5 out of 10 on this one. And again, full spoilers for in case anyone's watching. We're going right into it. Devin?
So I already gave my opinions on the first movie. It is one of my favorite films. I absolutely love it. I still do. So I was excited when Aardman and Netflix finally announced they were doing a sequel. But at the same time, I was nervous because I thought it was just going to be banging off nostalgia again. But after seeing it, I liked it. It's not as great as the first one, but it's a worthy sequel. The claymation for Aardman, it looks beautiful. I think this might be some of the best I've seen from them. It looks better, much better, and a lot more smoother than the original. I still love the characters, and they're just as hilarious as they are in the first movie. Like, I was happy that Babs came back, and it's still the same voice actor. She was my favorite character in the first one. I don't want to be a pie. I don't like gravy. And Nick and Fletcher, I loved them. We slept in all quiet, like a fish, like a fish. You stupid Norbert. But it was great seeing them again. It was great seeing Bunty. It was great seeing Fowler. And they're still just as likable and hilarious as I remember. I also liked the new additions to the characters. I liked Molly. I liked Frizzle. Yes, Molly's whole story is a bit predictable. Rebellious child that's trying to break free from her overprotective parent and see the world. But at the same time, she was still really funny. She was still likable. I cared about her. This movie is fucking hilarious. Not as funny, not as hilarious as the original, but there were so many points in this movie where I was laughing my ass off. From the slapstick to the more like visual, like the visual and dialogue jokes we know from the first movie. And the climax, it's so intense and it's just as entertaining as it was in the original. If I had any issues, I'm with Zach. It took me a while to get used to the new voice cast. Yes, like I was saying earlier, some of the originals came back. Bunty came back, Mrs. Tweedy came back, Babs. But it was weird not hearing Mel Gibson as Rocky, or Julia Sawala as Ginger. But I mean, she explained she didn't return because her voice was too old. Which, I mean, fair enough. Rocky was very distracting. Because on one hand, Mel Gibson, Zachary Levi, he doesn't have the charisma. As much of a scumbag, as much of an asshole as Mel Gibson is, he does not have the charisma. Zachary Levi does not have the charisma of Mel Gibson. Over time, the voices did grow out on me. I also, going bouncing off another one of Zach's points, I did not like how Rocky was utilized in this. They just made him dumb dad, and he's not really used as much in the movie aside from jokes. I mean, yeah, his little side quest with Nick and Fletcher was really funny, but I wanted to see him. I wanted to see him more. And lastly, I didn't feel Mrs. Tweedy was as intimidating as she was in the first movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's great seeing her back, but I just didn't feel she was as threatening. Like, she didn't have as much of a menacing presence as she did. And I don't like how they didn't explain how she survived being flattened by a giant door.
Shut that door.
Shut that door. Like, how big of a time gap is it between this and the first movie? Like, all she gets is a new hairstyle, but that's really it. Like, no, like, scars from her injury and nothing. And if there is a third one, there is no fucking way she survived that. Like, I know we said spoilers, but come on. Not only did she get stuck in another machine and shot out, she got shot with fucking lasers. And didn't the factory explode? There is no way in hell she's coming back from that. But overall, while it's not as great as the first one, I still think Dawn of the Nugget is a worthy sequel. It delivers the laughs, the beautiful stop motion, and the fun of the original. You're a fan of the first movie, you're a fan of Aardman or good animated movies to show to the kids, give this one a watch. And again, with Zach, I would say 7.5 out of 10. Great Scott, what was that? A Klingon captain! The entrance can't take it!
Alright, right, dude.
Alright, so my take is going to be a little bit different than these two. Let me state that keep in mind, I like the first chicken run, but keep in mind, I've only seen it twice in my life because I was like 11 or 12, and I think I remember renting it. I liked it fine, but then it's like I was just getting out of that phase. But however, I will say this: I did rewatch the first Chicken Run a week ago, so it is still really good. It's still really awesome. Maybe not my favorite animated movie ever, but it's still really good. So let me say, for when it comes to the sequel, I guess the thing for me is the fact that I'm probably going to be the most negative person, even though, hold on, wait, before you fan zone me, let me explain that this is not a bad movie. I think it's just okay. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's just okay. Let me go ahead and just get the positives out of the way. The animation for Aardman is fantastic. I love the use of stop motion, the claymation. Aardman never fails to impress with any of their animation. They do a great job, and honestly, I think my man Devin will agree with me. Stop motion and claymation need more love. They need more love. So, yeah, it's all fantastic. It's all fantastic. There are some really funny moments in this, especially from Babs and Fowler. I especially like the part where Babs was like saying, "I'm gonna make a bike," and then she just knits a bicycle. It's like fun. It's like moments like that were really funny. I know these two say that they were bothered by some of the voice acting. maybe it's just the fact that I didn't watch it the original constantly, but the voices honestly didn't bother me that much. Like I said, I've only seen it twice, so maybe it's just the fact that it didn't real it was hardly noticeable for me. I don't know, but yeah, but there are some really entertaining moments. Of course, Ginger is just as she's just as badass as she was in the first one. So, and there were some, and like I said, there were some really funny moments. When it comes to my negatives, I think the biggest one, and I think pretty much Devin mentioned it briefly, but I felt like the story was too predictable. I think that was the biggest thing for me, is the fact that I could easily tell where everything was going, because we've seen this kind of story before, where an offspring of from the main characters of the first one, they want to go out into the world, but the main characters are still traumatized by the events, and it's like the offspring gets captured, and just like they got to rescue. It just, honestly, it just felt a little too predictable, and I just was able to. It was too easy to figure out where everything was going for there. I will agree with that. Rocky was pretty stupid. He was a step down from the first one. He was a big step down. I just felt like I said, after watching the first one a week ago, yeah, I could see that his character felt completely different, because he was just, it felt like he lost too many brain cells in a way. And plus, I felt
best pilot in the Resistance in the house.
Yeah. And plus, I felt like, just like what Devin said, Miss Tweedy, she also felt like a step down to me. Like, she wasn't a bad in this. It's just her character felt less intimidating for me. Just honestly, it's just things like that. But overall, I mean, it's not a bad movie. It's perfectly fine. If you want to check it out, if you love the first one, like these two, if you have a lot of nostalgia for the first one, you probably will really enjoy this one. Or if you're looking for something to watch with the kids on Netflix, then you'll probably really have a good time with this. As for me, I probably will say that I'll probably end up still sticking with like some of the other Aardman films, like Curse the Were-Rabbit, Flushed Away, even Early Man, and of course the original Chicken Run. But yeah, but I would say this one was perfectly fine, and my score is a 6 out of 10.
Goody. So he actually brought up a good point, because I wasn't even thinking about this while watching the movie. They really did not explain what is it with bringing back dead villains, and you never explain.
You know what? It's not, and you know what? The funny thing is the fact that they also did the same thing where there were moments where Miss Tweedy should have died, like where she fell into that Nugget machine, and yet she was still able to walk around covered in fried chicken nugget parts.
Oh yeah, dude,
that was like she should be chopped into pieces by that point.
Was like, what?
Yeah, I was surprised. Like she was fried and battered. Why is she still alive?
She should be chopped into, like I said, she should be chopped into pieces by this point.
Yeah, she's a bad bitch.
Yeah, I thought, honestly, at the end of the first movie, I thought Mr. Tweedy killed her. I told you they was organized.
Yep. But yep, you could pretty much call this Chicken Run 2. Another round of Ginger saying,
"Let me handle this bitch."
Hey.
Let me handle this bitch. But speaking of which, where the fuck was Mr. Tweedy in this?
I mean, Mr. Tweedy probably moved on with his life.
I would assume so.
Bring him back in Chicken Run 3. Same actor too. Like, He's one of those characters where I feel like you couldn't get the same charisma back if you don't have the same actor.
Tony Tony Haygarth died in 2017.
Fuck. Damn. Shit. Fuck.
I like how Poe is pretty much acknowledging you two, and then it's just like, oh, who cares about the other guy?
Well, I typed in the comments, I don't.
Who gives a fuck about movies?
What kind of pies? Apple. My favorite.
My favorite.
Pecan pies, you great lummox.
But the thing is, while I will agree that Mrs. Tweedy as a character wasn't as intimidating this time, sore throat. I do think that the central threat of them being turned into nuggets with the chickens being mind warped, I'll admit that's I'd say that's a threat on the same level as the first one.
Oh, that was a great idea on her part.
Mm-hmm. And I guess this kind of goes into a sequel discussion. If they were to do a third one, do you feel like there's anywhere else? Do you feel like there's anything else they could do?
I mean, how do you do it? I was gonna say, how would a third one even be possible?
I mean, what's next? Chicken wings?
Chicken legs? Chicken breast?
There's 5 more movies right there for you.
Oh, look at...
Oh, Poe.
Yep. If it ain't the best pilot in the Resistance himself. You should. It's really good. But yeah. Yeah, but on some real shit though. Do you think there's wiggle room for a sequel? Not just for bringing Tweedy back again, but
I mean, but what else? But what the thing is that what else could they even do with the third one? Because
yeah.
I mean,
are
they going to pretty much have Molly's offspring be able to go through the same arc?
Is Rocky still going to be a himbo? I'm sorry, that word came out of nowhere. But I guess not really.
I just really don't see where else you can go with this.
Yeah, I guess so. But
I mean, honestly, I probably would rather want to see Aardman do like more original movies. You know what I mean?
Hell, that's if they're even going to be able to do more movies. Because didn't you hear that they're running out of clay?
I thought that was debunked.
Was it? Because last I heard was that like some warehouse of theirs burned down or something.
No, that was now the studio confirmed that was false.
Oh, thank Christ!
They did
So
not run out of clay.
Or I mean,
Wallace and Gromit.
but I'll say this: if you guys were to see a sequel to any of Aardman's movies, what would you guys say? Where Rabbit for me, or I mean, Wallace and Gromit for me, or Early Man.
Yeah, because we are getting another one, but I want Flushed Away 2.
Flushed Away 2. I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel to Early Man.
Oh,
Maybe.
Fuck yeah.
Maybe Arthur Christmas.
Oh, that would be so good. Like I feel like there's a lot of directions you could go with another Arthur Christmas.
Now that Arthur is Santa.
Yeah.
Speaking of quotable Aardman movies, oh my god, my family and I, we always quote that movie. Laser guided Caesars. There's no time for a bow. There's always time for a bow.
I know my girlfriend and I, we were watching that like I think a couple weeks ago and all. It's like Arthur Christmas is still awesome. We were laughing, having a good time watching it.
Oh, dude, that movie is so fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, I expected absolute dick out of it because I thought the trailers and the marketing were just horrible. But yeah, like, how is it that you can have like the biggest masterpiece on your hands, and yet you end up having like some of the worst marketing ever?
I mean, how many times has that happened?
More times than I could count.
Hmm.
Look at what was it? Look at the Iron Giant. That didn't have great marketing, and that movie bombed.
As sad as that is, because Iron Giant is great.
Yep. And Inside Out, the trailers were horrible.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, they weren't terrible, but
Yeah.
it was more like. Then the movie came out, and it was a masterpiece.
And Inside
yeah.
Out and Inside Out turned out to be my favorite Pixar movie.
Number 6 for me.
It's still my number 1.
Oh, by the way, guess what crawled into number 4 in my Pixar ranking, even above the original Toy Story?
This is Zach. He has terrible taste.
Okay. Elemental.
I was gonna say, well, Devin, look on the bright side. At least he didn't say Cars 2.
I have
That
some.
could be worse.
Too.
I mean, could be worse. He could have said The Good Dinosaur.
Yeah, very true.
Even though I don't hate that movie.
That one's just the most forgettable. Like, it's at the bottom of my Pixar ranking, but it's
Mine too.
it's the forgettable one. Whereas Cars 2, I would say, is the guilty pleasure one. I know it's not good, but I don't know. I get a kick out of that. I think it's just because I'm such a big fan of Michael Caine.
My cocaine.
Michael Caine. But but that's probably literally the only thing that makes that movie watchable for me is that like literally Michael Caine is giving it his all for such a garbage script. And then Turning Red is just the shit one. Oh, Wall-E, that one's a good one. Yes, that's in my top 10.
I know that's my girlfriend her son's favorite Pixar movie.
Yep. It was until they made us cry at the end. Take her to the moon for me.
It's honestly funny that we went from talking about Aardman to Pixar.
Pixar.
I think we've talked. I think we've said all we really could about it. So I guess we're just chewing the scenery right now. But
Just like a Cool Kid stream.
Yeah.
But I guess kind of going back to Aardman. Do you guys have any expectations for the new Wallace and Gromit movie?
They're making a new one?
Oh yeah, you didn't hear?
No.
It's gonna be let me see.
Actually, I don't think I've watched the shorts.
Let's see. Because they have confirmed a new one. All right.
Yeah, I would definitely be down for another Wallace and Gromit movie. Like I said, I love Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Where is it? Yeah, untitled Wallace and Gromit film for 2024.
Really?
Yep. In January 2022, a new feature film for Wallace and Gromit was announced, which is going to release in 2024 on Netflix worldwide, except for the UK, where it will premiere first on the BBC channel before also coming to Netflix there at a later date. So I don't know if that means
doesn't surprise me.
Huh?
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, Aardman is British.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means. If it's gonna be a full feature length film like The Were-Rabbit or another short film. But either way, I'm excited for it.
If they are making another feature film, I smell a Cool Kids dream.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I call dibs. I call dibs if we do. Or would you want to do that, Devin?
I'd be down for Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah, I mean, as far as hosting, like, would you want to call dibs for that?
Me?
I don't think he said he didn't know a whole lot about Wallace and Gromit.
I haven't seen the shorts. I've only
Yeah.
seen Curse of the Were-Rabbit.
Yeah.
So I'm the wrong guy.
Yeah. I call dibs, and I love Wallace and Gromit. But
Well,
You know what? Yo, again, I kind of want to shit on Doug Walker here. Haha. But he did a review of Chicken Run, and he said the movie was just okay, and he didn't give any good points as to why he thought it was just okay. But I know he brought up the liar reveal scene, which, I mean, yeah.
I was gonna say, the first one, it seemed like they were gonna go with the liar reveal, but then it's like they don't exile him. They don't tell him to get out of here. He just ends up going into hiding and then just coming back. So I don't see how the first one had the whole liar reveal, because it never
like
went.
They were going the route of it, except for the actual liar reveal.
Which honestly, I appreciate that for, because I'll be honest with you, when I was watching the original a week ago, I was like, oh shit, please don't tell me we're going through this direction again. But thankfully, they didn't. So.
Yep.
I mean, when was this? I don't remember him doing that review though.
He did
you know how he does his Disney December things? It was a thing he did called DreamWorks-uary or something like that. It was a gimmick.
But yeah, he just thought the movie was okay.
Yeah, I think he liked B movie more, or at least he had much more positive things to say about.
I was gonna say, Zach, I really wish you had that clip. Now comes the part where we throw heads back and laugh. Ready? Ready!
But B movie sucks. Or at least the last time I remember.
I honestly don't remember anything. The only reason I know of that movie's existence is because of the memes. I saw it one time and I forgot all about it.
And to make that movie, and to make it even worse, Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep. And plus, that movie pretty much has incest in it.
Wait, it did?
Huh?
It did?
Don't you remember that one scene where the two B characters like, oh, that shit looks pretty hot?
Zach, like I said, I saw it one time and I forgot all about it. I don't remember anything that happens in that movie. I just only know of its existence because of the memes.
It was this one scene where they're like ogling this B chick, and she's like, that chick looks pretty cute. Like, dude, that's your cousin. Wait, she's your cousin? Yes, we're all cousins.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'll be right back.
My first guess, inbreeding!
Oh, I do have one Doug Walker clip, by the way.
You know, if I stab you, will you promise me that you will not only die, but it will hurt?
But yeah, pretty much B movie. Promoting incest is 2007. Fuck that movie.
Bring the kitties.
Yep. Oh my god. But I think that's about
What? Wait.
it. Like,
Okay.
yeah, is there anything last minute we want to bring up about? Chicken Run before we bring it up? Before we wrap this up?
I mean,
I'm good.
I think we all said it. Go check it out. Even though I didn't enjoy it nearly as much as these two, like I just thought it was okay. I would say if you're a big fan, you'll definitely enjoy it, and or maybe if you're looking for something for the kids to watch or
Yeah.
something, you'll probably
Yeah.
enjoy it too.
Yeah, and for fans, it's totally a serviceable nostalgia trip. Fans will get a kick out of this.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I've been coughing a lot, I'm sorry. I've been recovering from a sore throat the past few days. I have been fucking sick. Like, I couldn't even speak hardly. So yeah. 1 second.
Okay.
But yeah. Other than that, I am on the mend. So final wrap up thoughts on Chicken Run 2 is again, it is a fun, serviceable nostalgia trip that will delight the fans and newcomers alike.
Yeah, I agree.
And kind of
Oh,
promote
by the
some
way,
stuff that's coming up.
sorry.
Huh?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Zach, but I tried. It's weird. I tried posting the link to the Cool Kids channel, but for some reason, YouTube wouldn't let me.
What? Why?
Well,
I don't know.
I,
I'll try posting it in the chat.
Yeah, I can try doing it for you. It's yeah. But speaking of which, I will let you guys promote what is coming up for the channel.
For the Cool Kids channel?
Yep.
So stay tuned. So for our Cool Kids channel, we've actually got a few more streams to go before the year's over. I know we will have one Thursday or Friday, depending on John's schedule. We'll be doing a special Christmas stream. We'll be doing and then we'll be doing 2 more movie reviews for Aquaman 2, and I guess we're going to be doing Iron Claw instead of Rebel Moon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Also, Iron Claw just looks and sounds 10 times better than Rebel Moon.
So those will be the last 3 streams we do until before the year's over, and then at the beginning of January we'll be starting our trio stream our trio stream for best and worst films of 2023 as well as the most anticipated for 2024.
Nice. Oh man, y'all are gonna need some war faces for Aquaman 2.
Let me see your war face.
Sir!
You got a war face? That's a war face. Now let me see your war face.
Ah!
Bullshit. You didn't convince me. Let me see your real war face. You don't scare me. Work on it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I've come to talk with you again.
Oh man, that does not look like a good movie.
Wait, what doesn't?
I am interested in Iron Claw though. I just watched the trailer for that last night. Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And as for my channel, I think this will be the last review of the year. I know I haven't been doing very many reviews this year, which I do want to apologize. It is going to be more hectic now because I now have a job. But I still have the weekends off, so I'll still be able to do that. But other than that, pretty much the same deal for me. I will be doing, at the end of December, I will be doing a best and worst of the year live stream. And I think I'm just going to couple in our most anticipated releases for next year in the same stream as well. And just discuss all of that in one stream. So that's
Oh wait. Zach, before we go, can you pull up Poe's comment?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, Poe, we reviewed Wonka on our other channel.
Yeah. Go. Yeah.
Oh.
All you got to do was just. All you got to do is just type in "cool kids movie reviews" on YouTube.
Yeah.
We did
Wonka was.
we did a review of Wonka, and I know we also did a review of The Boy and the Heron. And we did so many other reviews. So
Yep. And yeah, dude, Wonka was touching, very touching. So yeah.
It was great.
oh
I couldn't have been happier.
yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
Yep.
really.
Definitely gonna make my top 5 of the year, possibly, if not top 3.
Oh God.
I already know what Zach's number one his favorite movie of the year is, and Devin,
Yeah, it's totally Bill Was Afraid. Right, Rob? What?
That's that movie in a nutshell. Mind fuck. Yeah, and plus, what even is Bo Was Afraid? That didn't happen. Nope.
This isn't canon.
There you go. It's not canon.
I was afraid, also known as people with mental health problems are stupid and deserve to die, according to Ari Aster. Fuck that guy.
Oh, dude. If I have to talk about a movie one more time, which I know I'm going to have to at the end of the year,
You'll have to talk about it twice on your channel and on the Cool Kids channel.
Look, dude. If I gotta talk about this, then you can talk about the penis monster. Yes, that's in the movie.
it's not
guys.
going to be pretty though. I'm telling you, dude. It's just going to be me going all.
Okay, I never get tired of seeing that clip.
Yeah, but for real though, I'm upset. But yeah, going back to what we were talking about before, that is pretty much all I have planned for the rest of the year. Is a best and worst of the year stream, and I'm also going to be talking about the most anticipated releases of next year in the same stream, because I figure it'll be easier to work with on my channel, given the more limited time I have now with my job. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. And then to start off the next year, I will be doing a Ghostbusters review series to go on the road to the new film Ghostbusters Frozen Empire coming out at the end of March. So look forward to that. Other than that, it was a fun stream. It was good seeing y'all again. And always remember, you know what happened to the man who got what he... Never forget what happened to the man who got what he always wanted. I killed him and stole all his possessions. It was the Nostalgia Critic skit.
What does that have to do with Chicken Run?
Senior. But for real though, it was good seeing y'all again. If you're finding my channel for the first time, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I want to thank all my loyal subscribers for staying on, even though I hardly upload a thing lately. So, I love all you guys. So, until next time, see you next time. Bye.